Ultimately, the 17th of October, in approximately 9 weeks' time, provides sufficient time for parties to plan around the range of circumstances we could be campaigning under.
Ms. Ardern said on Monday that a new date will allow parties to plan around a range of circumstances. Earlier this week, the country's largest city went back into lockdown. The opposition National Party has argued the election should not be delayed as restrictions on campaigning means Mr. Ardern had an unfair advantage. Restrictions were imposed on Auckland on Wednesday after a number of new infections were identified in the city. 9 new coronavirus cases were identified on Monday, bringing the number of active cases linked to the Auckland cluster to 58. The outbreak was initially traced back to members of one family, although Ms. Ardern later said that the subsequent contact tracing had found an earlier case involving a shop worker who became sick on the 31st of July. A health official who knew the family told reporters that the family were shell-shocked and a little embarrassed that it had happened to them. The announcement that new cases had been discovered shocked the country, which had recorded no locally transmitted cases for more than 3 months.
There are 13 new confirmed cases of COVID-19 to report. 12 of these are in the community and 1 is in managed isolation.
There are 4 alert levels in New Zealand, and Auckland has been on level 3 since the new measures were announced. The rest of the country is on level 2. Before the new cluster was identified, the government had lifted almost all of its lockdown restrictions, which were first imposed in March. New Zealand has reported more than 1,600 infections and 22 deaths since the pandemic began, according to the figures from Johns Hopkins University. An early lockdown, tough border restriction, effective health messaging, and aggressive test and trace program had all been credited with virtually eliminating the virus in the country.